Jimmy, there is something I must tell you. I have kept it locked here through the bitter winter and the chilling spring. And now it is summer, and soon again fall, and September. And it will be 1 year. Others have come and gone, and I have forgotten the hurt of losing them. But time was kind. She wove her tender threads of solace gently through my sadness. Few at first, then more. And finally, the hurt was gone. But that was with the others. Now she has not remembered, and I cannot forget. In your short, lonely walk through life, our paths never crossed. You walked alone, you never met me. I meant nothing to you. But I must tell you now, you meant so very much to me. The first time I saw you, your searching eyes, knowing yet bewildered. Your first picture, you were a soldier. You had one line to say, and then your part was over. But for me, your life had just begun. Who were you, Jimmy Dean? I knew you. I never met you, but I knew you. Better than you ever knew yourself. Because I knew your gentleness. Because I saw your genius. You could only live it, not understanding, not comprehending. Searching, yes, but not comprehending. Who were you? Why did you mean so much to me? Why can't I forget you? I can't explain it. I can't understand it. I try, but I can't. Maybe because there was about you something I too have known. Loneliness. Maybe that was it. And yet, you were not one person. You were 3, and 5, and 50. You were all people, for in you was the universal longing for love, for understanding, for compassion. But just as the longing was in you, so it was always denied. You searched. You tried to find it. Your motorcycles, your racing cars, your mannerisms, all of a pattern, all a part of your search. But in the end, they led you nowhere, except back to the beginning. I was able to see mirrored in you all the wonderful things in life. You could reflect these things, you could mirror them. This is what made you a great actor. But you could never catch them and hold them and savor them. They could never be yours. Your search would never have ended. A small town, and James Dean is born. It could have been so simple. The house where you were born remains unchanged. The small town remains unchanged. It could have been so simple. You could have grown and married and farmed, perhaps, and lived in the unchanging house. It could have been so simple. And yet if it had been, we would never have known you, and our lives would have been that much poorer. I still see your face, Jimmy. I will never forget it, any more than I will ever forget you, any more than I will ever forget the brilliance and the magic that is Jimmy Dean, any more than I will ever forget those unguarded moments before the camera when you showed me, when you showed the world, the genius that even you didn't understand. Any more than I will ever forget that last great moment in Giant, where you sit, so symbolically alone in the great banquet hall, surrounded with wealth and fame and power, but now alone, deserted, and left with the bitter memories of what might have been. Just a role, yes. Just a picture, yes. Just a scene. And yet I wonder, Jimmy Dean, was this your life you were acting? Without knowing, without realizing? And so you were gone, Jimmy. They say you were gone, and I know that they're right. The winter is over. Summer has come. And yet I must tell you, in my heart the fresh snow still lies quiet, nestled against the sleeping earth. In my heart the winter remains, the winter which claimed you, the winter which took you, the winter I can never forget.